So I started a document very like wide and horizontal because, you know, perspective being, you know, panoramic kind of thing. So I want to make sure that it's wide. And all you have to do is, you know, you click on your perspective grid tool right here, and there's your perspective grid. So from this point on, you are in this tool, so you can customize it, right? So each of those points right there can be, you know, extended up or down. So it changes your perspective. You can stretch it out, you know, so you can change the angle. You can change where they sit, so if they crisscross or not, etc., etc. So let's say, let's create a, I think the street corner of that building kind of thing. I'm trying to remember how to do this again. Yeah, here you can expand it out. Here, oh yeah, those little anchors right there that expands out the grid or make it either super tight or super loose, right? That allows you to be a little bit more precise and have more control of the elements that you have. And same thing here. You can, you know, extend it out one way or another, right? So there's the way to customize your perspective grid. Once you have it set, as you zoom in, you have more details. Once you have it set, you have your little, come on, oh, I can't move this thing. I can't move this thing. But in the upper left corner of your window right there, you have your each axis basically of your perspective grid. So if you want to add an element, let's say to the blue panel, let's say we're going to start with a basic shape, right? A rectangle there. I'm going to make it green. All you have to do is you choose your axis, and then it'll snap to the grid. So my rectangle becomes, well, is in perspective. I switch the axis to the right grid, right? There you go, it snaps right there. And then again, my ground level, which is my green, so they all color-coded, and this one will be my sidewalk, right? So there's how kind of, in a nutshell, how it works, right? You have to work within whatever axis or whatever panel that you want to be in, right? So another cool thing is, let's see, we're gonna put that in there. You can add some text to it. So if you just click on it and you go test, you know, no big deal, right? It's just not that super exciting because it's just a text that is not floating within the right perspective. However, I'm trying to remember how that works again. If you go into the perspective tool again, and then you double click on that, I think. I'm trying to remember how to put the text in there. Oh yeah, perspective selection tool. There you go, that's how it works. You got to switch your tool right there. So there's the grid, and then there's the selection tool. And now my text is within my grid. Well, as soon as you scale it, it messes it up. But you have to use your perspective grid tool, and you switch over to your selection tool. And then as soon as you bring that in there, then it sticks to the grid. So this is how you can make a, you know, like a coffee sign in this particular exercise right there. The cool thing about that is it's still live, I think. If you double click on the text, there you go. Grid tool, you can make that bigger. Hopefully you can make that bigger. Yeah, and it still snaps to perspective. So it's still live, but you go again into the isolation mode, right? As soon as you double click on your text tool, double click on that, and now it looks like an object, but it's still editable. So it's basically, in a nutshell, that's how perspective tool functions. Have fun.